Hello, welcome to Math with Mr. Dobrescu, to the rescue. Let's take a look today at an equation that is going to end up with no solution. And let's find out how. Okay, so we have an equation here. We have 3 minus 4x equals negative 7 minus 4x. And we see that this equation has, again, variables on both sides. We have negative 4x here, and we have negative 4x on the other side of the equation. And remember, our first goal was to do what? To bring all the variables to one side of the equation, either the left side or the right side. Okay? So let's see here. What should we do here to bring the variables to one side of the equation? But we see that this we have here, we have negative 4x, and on the other side, we also have negative 4x. So our only option is to just add 4x on both sides, because the opposite of negative 4x is positive 4x. So let's add 4x on both sides of the equation. Okay? And let's see what's going to happen. We have here negative 4x and positive 4x cancels out. And then on the other side, we have negative 4x and positive 4x cancels out. And now we are just left over with 3 equals negative 7. How can we interpret this, right? So remember, equations, we have to keep things in a balance. And when we check usually our equation, right, when we check to make sure we get a true statement, right, we are looking for a true statement to find out if that's a solution or not. But in this case, we have 3 equals negative 7. Is this a true statement or a false statement? Okay? If I have 3 pounds of potatoes on this side of the scale, and on the other side I have negative 7 pounds of potatoes, right? So this 3 pounds of potatoes, and here we are in minus, negative 7. Is negative 7 going to be the same as the 3 pounds? I need to add more pounds here to make it in a balance, right? Or I need to add to this side of the equation, since I have negative 7, I need to add how much more to get to 3? Okay? First of all, I have to add a 7, okay? And that would make a 0, and then another 3, right? To make it in a balance. But right now, 3 and negative 7, it's a false statement. False statement. So, anytime you solve an equation and all the variables they cancel out, and you end up with a false statement. Negative 3 does not equal negative 7. Does not equal, right? That's a false statement. False statement. We say that this equation has no solution. Okay? No solution. No solution. No solution if we end up with a false statement after we cancel all the variables. Keep that in mind. Okay, let's take a look at another equation here. And in this equation here, we are going to end up with infinitely many solutions. Okay, again, we have a parenthesis here, we have a fraction, and of course, every time we have a parenthesis, we are going to use my favorite property, the distributive property. Okay, so let's use the distributive property from 4. We are going to multiply 4 and 3 over 2x and 4 with the 1. And let's see what we get. Okay, so here we have 6x plus 4. Let's keep the first side of the equation the same. And now let's multiply here. We have 4 times, it means 3 over 2x. Let's keep it here for now, and then we simplify it further. And then the second arrow, we have 4 times 1, which is 4, plus 4. And now remember, we can rewrite the 4 as 4 over 1. So now we can clearly see that on this side of the equation here, 4 and 2 simplifies out. So we have 4 divided by 2 is 2 here. Or 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay? no more fractions, right? We are getting rid of the fractions. So now we have 6x from the beginning. The first part stayed the same, equals. And now let's multiply 2 times 3, no more 4. 2 times 3 becomes 6x. Don't forget that. Plus 4. Make sure you understand all the steps we took so far. Here we use the distributive property. Then we simplify 4 and 2, and we got 6x. 2 times 3 is 6x plus 4. And now we have to come up with a decision here. Again, we have variables on both sides. 6x on this side of the equation and 6x on the other side of the equation. They are the same. So again, we only have an option to subtract 6x on both sides. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you have to do it to the other side of the equation. And if you do that, 6x and negative 6x cancels out, 6x and negative 6x cancels out, and we are left over with 4 equals 4. Is this a true statement? Yes, it is. 4 equals 4. I have 4 pounds of oranges and then 4 pounds of oranges. That's the same, right? We have keep it in a balance. Keep that in mind. With equations, we keep things in a balance, right? So we get the true statement, right? So because we got the true statement here, we can say that they are this one. Infinitely many solutions. Infinitely many solutions. So write down as the answer. Infinitely, how do you say that? Infinitely many solutions. That's all. That's it. If we get a true statement, the answer is infinitely many solutions. Meaning that x can be any number, right? It can be a million, you get a true statement. Any number, negative 2.756. Negative 2.756. If you plug it in, you end up with a true statement. Yes. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share these videos, and stay tuned for our next video. All the best to you.